The fog rolled in thick from the harbor, swallowing the city's edge in a slow, eerie silence. It was the kind of night that made the alleys sweat secrets and the rooftops whisper lies. Beneath a flickering street lamp on Pierce Avenue, a man named Detective Daniel Rourke stepped out of his black Impala, trench coat flapping in the breeze like a broken promise. He was in his 40s, lines carved into his face by the kind of truths no one ever asks to know. A former homicide star turned private eye, Daniel had long since learned that justice was a mirage, best seen from a distance. But tonight, justice had come calling, on the heels of a woman with blood on her hands. Her name was Evelyn Marlowe. Rich, blonde, dangerous. She walked into his office 2 days ago wearing a red dress and desperation like perfume. Her husband was dead, shot in their penthouse suite, the bullet clean, the motive murky. Evelyn claimed innocence. The cops didn't believe her. But she was willing to pay Daniel $5,000 a day to find the real killer. Rourke took the case. Not for the money, but because something in her eyes didn't quite add up. Now he was here, outside the rusted Anchor Bar on the edge of town, looking for a man named Leo the Fish DeMarco, a washed-up gambler and former associate of Evelyn's late husband. Rumor was Leo knew more about the night of the murder than he was saying. Inside the bar, the air was stale with whiskey and regret. Rourke's eyes adjusted quickly. He spotted Leo at the corner table, hunched over a glass, shadows clinging to him like guilt. "DeMarco," Rourke said, sliding into the seat across from him. Leo looked up slowly. His eyes were red-rimmed, and his hands trembled slightly. "I heard you were sniffing around. You got a death wish, Rourke?" "I want the truth." "Yeah? That makes two of us." Leo took a sip and stared into his glass. "Evelyn's husband, Colton. He wasn't clean, not by a long shot. He was laundering money for some real bad people. Thought he could double-cross them. Guess what? He couldn't." Rourke leaned in. "Who?" Leo's lips curled into a sad smile. "You ever heard of the Vultures?" He had. The Vultures weren't just a gang. They were a secret network embedded deep in the city's criminal underbelly. Drug rings, arms deals, political bribes. If Colton Marlowe had crossed them, he was a dead man walking. "I told Colton to back off," Leo whispered. "But he said he had a way out. A drive. One with names, dates, numbers, proof. He said if anything ever happened to him, that drive would expose everything." Rourke's pulse quickened. "Where is it?" Leo looked at him with haunted eyes. "That's the problem. I think Evelyn has it." Before Rourke could ask more, the bar door creaked open. A tall figure stepped inside, face hidden beneath a black hood. Leo froze. Rourke felt the weight of something shift in the air. Then came the flash of steel. Gunshot. Leo slumped forward, blood pooling on the table. Rourke dove for cover, drawing his weapon, but the shooter had already vanished into the fog.